In 3, 2, 1. Access allowed.
Welcome to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge on the App State Sports Network. Coming up, 60 minutes of Mountaineer football conversation and your chance to hear from head coach Dowell Loggains. Mountaineer Talk is brought to you by Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate. Hey Mountaineers, Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate today for all your real estate needs. Pepsi, grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, the official soft drink of your App State Mountaineers. And by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward. Now, to get things underway, here's the voice of the Mountaineers, Adam Witten.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Mountaineer Talk here on the Appalachian Sports Network. We are coming to you from River Street Ale House on a rainy, dreary Wednesday evening here in the high country. Head coach David Lkins is here as we get set to get back to action this Saturday after a bye week. The Mountaineers hitting the road to face the Boise State Broncos on Saturday night. A lot to get into as we prepare for Boise State. Mountaineers 2-1 on the season. Our player guests coming up later on in the show, Dylan Emanuel from the defensive line and David Lkins, veteran tight end, will join us toward the bottom of the hour. As a reminder, if you want to be a part of our show tonight, you can use the hashtag Mountaineer Talk on Twitter. Email inbox, mountaineertalk@gmail.com. Text line 828-278-9850. Those of you watching on our video stream, you can leave a comment. And in our second segment with Coach Loggins, we'll get to some of your questions. All right, Coach, how are you? It's been I know it's been a tough week emotionally for people around here in the high country. But how have you kind of handled things with the guys this week?
It was a tough week for the App State family, and you lose one of us, and it was obviously Coach Clark impacted a lot of people here. And you think about it, we had a team meeting when everything first happened, and we kind of talked about it, and we prayed for Coach, and I wanted those guys to hear it from me first because we were ahead of it a little bit, and just hard. We're having a team meeting, and I asked the guys, hey, if Coach Clark recruited you, please raise your hand. And you forget, even in a transfer portal world where 54 new people, how many people raise their hand. And but you got also, as a coach, you're standing in front of the room, and you see the way that the man impacted people and treated the players, and a ton of respect for how he treated me even as I took over here. And just a great teammate, a great leader, man, a great family person from what everyone talks about. So our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. And it was a really hard week for our players that played for him as well.
Sure. I want to ask you something more about just the impact that you can have as a coach. You put this on Twitter, and I want to make sure I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to read it from your Twitter post. A coach will impact more people in a year than the average person does in a lifetime. And I know for you and so many others, and Coach Clark, and that's why you coach, right?
Yeah. It is why you coach, and so much of it gets taken away, and the people that, the fans and the people that watch the game, they think it's always about wins and losses, which obviously that helps a coach stay employed, but it's about impacting someone. It's about making someone's life better because they were part of your program. I want those guys 10 years from now to say, hey, I was better because I went to App State. I just got on the phone with Spencer Rattler as I was walking in, the starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, and we're going back and forth about a story that I drove from here to here, so it was fast. I'm like, hey, you got to talk fast because I got to go get on this radio. And they're getting ready for a big game against Buffalo. But it's those relationships. It's why you coach, and it's because someone impacted you as a coach, and you pray and hope that we're able to build something that, and it's life-changing relationships. And that's why you do all this.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to talk some football on this show tonight from 6 to 7 p.m. Appreciate everybody being here. I know Coach Clark, if he was sitting here, would want to say, hey, we got a game coming up on Saturday. Let's get this thing rolling. So How did you spend the off week? What did you do from a coaching standpoint, and how did you balance the time with the players?
Yeah, well, we were coming off a game that we didn't play our best at, and to turn the ball over in the red area the way we did, and to throw 3 interceptions inside the 5-yard line. Obviously, there's a lot of red area work done, and we're not playing the way defensively we need to in the red area. And the little things, we got to eliminate the turnovers, the penalties, improve on both sides with the red area, and our tackling. And those are the things that are going to affect us as the season goes forward. We got banged up, and it's a next man up mentality. And when you come in, you got to be ready to come in and make a play and do your job, and making sure that our 2s and 3s are ready, because you're one play away from being in the game.
Yeah.
And so we went through that, and then we practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and got a jump start on the next opponent. And then the coaches, we gave the players off Friday and Saturday, and then had a team meal on Sunday at 7 p.m., and the coaches hit the road recruiting.
Yeah. You mentioned next man up mentality. One play, it could be your turn to come on the field. I'd love to hear your take on how Noah Gillen played and having to step in a really tough spot for his first action as a college football player.
Yeah, Noah in his home state.
Yeah.
So the pressure added on of that. But, look, those reps are invaluable, and the only way to get better is to go out there and do it. And he was thrown in a really tough situation, but the team needed him in that situation. AJ's hurt. J.J. Cole was not able to play. He was hurt. So then Noah's the next man up and came in and did some good things, showed some toughness, ton of room to improve. Yeah. But what an unbelievable opportunity for a young guy to get in and play in a conference game, in a very meaningful game, and really brought us back into it. We're sitting there, if we execute, and wasn't necessarily his fault, there's a bust in a route, and it's a one-score game, and he's got us on the cusp of making another first down to go down and score, and just let it get away from us. And but unbelievable opportunity for him to get in there and get some reps.
The onside kick, too. I mean, at that point, it could have been a one-score game after that onside kick. I mean, what went into that process in terms of knowing that was the right moment to do it, because you still had so much time left, so they weren't 100%. Expecting it.
Yeah, and we had actually talked about it to come out and kick. And I said, no. Let's kick it deep. Our defense will stop them. We'll get the ball back. We'll go score. We're going to need that later. And then so we waited one series. The next time after we scored, then we used it, and we executed really well. Did a really good job with the kick, and we got to convert on that though, because we forced a turnover essentially, and we don't score on that drive, and that hurt us as well, because you have momentum and you got to capitalize on it. So. It's just that's like what the good football teams do. Mm-hmm. And if you want to be the team we want to be, you got to go down and score, and you got to deal with the ups and downs of a game.
All right, a lot more to get into. We're going to turn the page and start talking about this coming Saturday's game. Mountaineers are at 2-1, jumping back out of conference play to face Boise State. Saturday night, 7:30 on television on FS1. That's 5:30 in Boise. We know there's a lot of people making that trip out to Boise, and the App State fan base is everywhere. We know that to be the case. So, but up next, we're going to get to your questions for Coach Loggins. His comments tonight brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. And also Mountaineers, Howard Hanna, Allen Tate Real Estate, the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Howard Hanna, Allen Tate Real Estate today for all your real estate needs. Just getting started here on Mountaineer Talk from River Street Ale House. We'll continue with more of tonight's show, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after these messages.
App State takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
Weathered by the storm, but still standing. These mountains make us who we are. And Mountaineers are always up for the challenge, on the gridiron and in the community. The Mass General Store is your connection for game day and giving back. So stop in for country gourmet tailgate foods and gear for all mountain seasons. With your support, the Mass Store is continuing to help mountain neighbors rebuild. Together, we are mountain strong. Learn more at massstore.com.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we believe that getting to know you is the best way to protect what you love most. We have friendly agents in every county to help you prepare for the unexpected. And when life doesn't go as planned, our award-winning claims team will be with you every step of the way. Find a local agent today at ncfpins.com. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
What does it mean to be first for teaching? First, we listen. First, we engage. First, we recognize potential. You have what it takes: the drive, the smarts, and the heart to be the kind of educator that changes and inspires lives. 2 million kids are waiting for you. But first, your journey starts right here. Be first. Be an App State teacher. Learn more at firstteach.appstate.edu.
You're tuned into Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now, time to hear more from head coach Dowell Loggains and your host, Adam Witten.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk on a Wednesday night here at River Street Ale House. Another great crowd on hand. Boy, the rain is just coming down here in the high country. You guys have to battle that during practice today?
We did. We got to practice the last half in that, so it was fun. It was the ball was flying everywhere in the passing game, which not advantageous for quarterbacks, but we made it through.
Yeah, okay. All right, time for your questions for Coach Loggins. Again, hashtag Mountaineer Talk on Twitter, email inbox mountaineertalk@gmail.com, text line 828-278-9850. I'm going to get this one out of the way at the beginning because everyone's asking about it, but people want an update on the health of the team right now because of so many injuries from a couple weeks ago.
Well, can I say check the injury report? That's a joke. No, we're getting healthier. We're getting closer. I'm sure that everyone I'll tell you guys that A.J. Swan did practice, so I'm sure that's the one that people really want to know about.
Yeah.
But we're battling through. It would have been a really, really hard week if we didn't have a bye. You know, there would have been a lot of new players playing, but with another week, we were able to get some guys back. There's gonna be some guys that are gonna go down to the wire, whether they'll be able to play or not. But they're battling back through practice.
Yeah. Dave on our Facebook stream asked about turnover. Is that coachable? How do you coach to try to put a clog in that leak?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and it's the ultimate challenge for every quarterback coach. That when we got to South Carolina, everyone said, "Hey, Rattler's a turnover machine," and Jay Cutler, when we got to Chicago, everyone was like, "Hey, he's a turnover machine." Well, both of them had their 2 lowest years under us, and it's put them in really hard situations. The more you play, the better off you are. You got to understand that you got the pin last, and you have the ability to fix someone else's mistakes. And so if someone does something wrong, don't let someone else's mistake become yours. Because there were a couple times in the game, look, as a quarterback, you're going to eat it. You're taking all blame for it. And really, they weren't all on the quarterback. We're going to say, A.J. and I will take it together, like, hey, it was on us. But the truth of the matter, it wasn't all on A.J.
Yeah, okay. Texter at 828-278-9850 has a question about running backs and how you and the staff go about trying to balance the carries or just trying to feel things out as a game goes along.
Yeah, well, I think Rashad Dubinion is the 3rd leading rusher in the country, so I think he would disagree with any kind of balance. He wants the ball. But we do have a group of backs that have also been battling through some injury stuff that are getting healthy now, and we do need to think about a 12-game season and not just that game right then. So there's some guys that will probably rotate in a little bit more this week as we get healthier. And Dub's done a great job to this point, being able to carry the load while we were banged up.
Yeah. Offensive line, having to shift those guys around. I mean, how much of an impact does that make when just one guy, maybe not necessarily out of position, because sometimes offensive line, you coach versatility, but you have to move a Shamar Jackson over to left tackle to fill in or right tackle to fill in. How much does that just completely change what an offensive line can do chemistry-wise?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I was looking at our spring game roster during the bye, and Rams playing tackle, Rams at guard, Markel's at tackle, and Shamar's playing guard. And then I look out there at the game, and because of injuries and people getting banged up now, Mar's out at tackle. And he's flip sides because Ram went down. And so it was you need versatility, no question about it. That's easier said than done. You're asking someone to switch from a right to a left, play next to someone else that is different, and there is a chemistry. You got to see the game through one set of eyes. 5 people do one set of eyes. And so that was a challenge. No excuses. At the end, I didn't feel like we did enough. They strained. We played hard, but we didn't do enough as a front to help us put ourselves in situations, because injuries are going to happen. And the hard part about you go and you look at it and you want to build your team, and it takes time to build teams. No one wants to hear that anymore, but especially where it shows up, where injury shows up, is the lack of depth shows up the most in the offensive line. And it got to us in the game, and we need to play better as a group, and we will play better as a group.
Yeah. All right, last question for this segment. This comes from Neil on our Facebook live stream, and this will kind of lead us into our next segment, which is what stands out most of all about this Boise State team?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a team that was in the college football playoff last year that understands winning at a high level. I mean, for 10 years, even when I was coaching the NFL, it was Boise, the blue turf, the upsets, those are things that really stand out. They understand winning. They do things the right way. They're well coached. And, you go back through and you look, and it's really where everyone wants to build. It's where we want to build. In the 22-man, the 22 starters, only 6 transfers. A lot of homegrown players. Yeah. And that's really what we strive to be. So ton of respect for how they do things, the respect I have for their program and their history.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about seminal moments in college football history. It's App State beating Michigan, and then you look at Boise State beating Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. I mean, those are 2 moments that everybody puts in their top things that kind of change the course of college football.
Absolutely. When you go back to last year and you see Oregon has to kick a field goal last play of the game to beat them, and you go to the college football playoff, and it's a 1-score game with them and Penn State. So, and generational running back last year, and then unfortunately they stumbled across another really talented player in the Air Force game, and the running back that was playing to finish the game in that one.
Yeah, that was Dylan Riley, who only went for 171 yards, 9 yards a carry. On
great
19
speed.
Yeah, 84 yards receiving and a touchdown as well.
It's going to be a great challenge for us to be able to tackle him, get him down in space.
All right, we'll talk more about the Broncos in just a moment. Since 1981, Mountaineer Mania has been Boone's one-stop shop for all your App State gear. Largest selection of tailgating supplies, hats, and one-of-a-kind apparel. Mountaineer Mania has something for everyone. Alumni owned and operated. Make sure your next trip to Boone includes a visit to Mountaineer Mania. All right, we got another segment coming up with Coach Loggins as we preview the Saturday opponent, Boise State. Mountaineers going on the road to take on the Broncos. We'll continue with more from River Street Ale House. Mountaineer Talk presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. We're back after this.
What comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
Covering App State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
Window World, America's largest exterior remodeler and the official exterior remodeler of App State Athletics, provides exceptional quality windows, siding, doors, and more. They are headquartered right here in North Carolina and have enhanced over 100,000 homes across over 30 counties for over 25 years. Improving your largest investment with energy-efficient products and creating amazing curb appeal is what they do best. From the High Country to the Triad and Catawba Valley to Asheville and beyond, call, click, or visit Window World, the official exterior remodeler of App State Athletics today.
UNC Health Blue Ridge is known for compassionate, high-quality care. Now, with our new patient tower, we set the standard for growth and innovation. Our 6-story tower in Morganton, North Carolina features advanced critical care rooms, a new emergency department, and a rooftop helipad. You'll see the difference immediately with the same compassionate care you've always trusted. UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward together. Visit uncbr.org/tower to learn more.
right, welcome back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk here from River Street Ale House. Great crowd on hand. Thank you all for being here tonight as the Mountaineers get set to face Boise State coming up on Saturday. 7:30 Eastern Time is the kickoff. You can hear our coverage beginning at 5:30. Games televised on FS1, National TV Spotlight for the Mountaineers and Boise State. Coach Loggins' comments brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. All right, we were talking a little bit about the Broncos at the end of the last segment. Let's dig in a little bit more, and let's just start with the running backs, as you mentioned. They had the best running back in the country last year in Ashton Jeanty, Heisman finalist. And this year doesn't seem like they're missing a beat with their run production, just maybe not all on the shoulders of one person every single week.
Yeah, and their offense starts through the run game, and we got to do a great job stopping that thing because that's what'll stop the passing offense. And everything they've done, they've been this way for a long, long time. It's going to be driven through the front, so we're going to need our front to play really well and stop the run first, and make sure we're fitting up runs and eliminate all the leaky runs because you don't want to let this guy into space because he's got real difference-making speed.
Yeah. Dylan Riley we mentioned, but Malik Sherrod, Sire Gaines, all guys that have put up, over 150 yards or close to 150 yards and at least one touchdown this year. So 28 is Sherrod, 24 is Riley, the guy that went crazy against Air Force, and Sire Gaines, 26, a redshirt freshman from California, also in the mix at running back. What kind of quarterback, how would you describe the quarterback Maddox Madston in terms of the way he plays?
Yeah, he's a point guard. He plays on a really talented team and a good system, and he's able to distribute the ball. And that's been Boise forever. I remember in 2002 when I was at Arkansas, we played him the opening game of the season. My college coach, Houston Nutt, came to Arkansas from Boise. But they've always had those guys, those field general point guard guys, and he does a great job distributing the ball to his playmakers.
All right, on the other side of the ball, defensively, what would you say is their identity on defense?
It's style of play, and obviously they've got a couple really, really talented players. I think they've got probably 2 or 3 guys that are going to get drafted in the NFL. But it's not always about the players they have. It's their style of play. These guys play incredibly hard. They run to the ball. It's going to be a challenge. That way, it'll be the most talented roster that we've played this year by far. And this is you can see. They're not far off from this time last year. They were in the college football playoff. So we're excited about this challenge.
You might look on paper and see that, oh, wow, in their last game they gave up 37 points to Air Force. How much stock can you put in a game like that? Because Air Force plays that. Our fan base is familiar with the triple option style back to the Southern Conference days, but when you play that unique scheme, it's tough to really have many takeaways about a team's defensive performance.
Yeah, it is, because the offense is so unique. Even we watch the game as a coaching staff, but we don't even put that game in our cut-ups because it's so unique, and it's really hard for those guys to get ready to play that game 1 week a year, and so they create challenges that way. But from that standpoint, you're really looking at a resume of work over a long period of time, over the 3 games, and then going through last year as well.
Yeah. All right, so defensively, this team is, again, you take this with a grain of salt in terms of the Air Force game, but giving up 28.3 points per game. And a lot of us watched that South Florida game the night before the game at Charlotte from the hotel, and you look at that and you say, wow, is Boise just not going to have as great of a year? And now we see what USF ends up being. They're a really good team. So this Boise team seems like it hasn't really lost much of a step from that playoff team from last year.
No, and I don't think they will, because the next week South Florida goes into Gainesville and beats an SEC powerhouse. So I think it tells you a little bit what South Florida is, and what I think everyone thought. It's probably, year 3 for those guys, and they're kind of turning the corner. But Boise's done a really good job for a long time at building a established place, and they're not going to rebuild. They're going to reload, because the way they do it is it took them time to get there. But like I talked about, talking about 6 transfers and all those kids being homegrown out of their 22, so they know what they have coming. They prioritize their own players, and they've done a really good job of building consistency for a long time over there.
All right, last question. What do you think this game is ultimately going to come down to on Saturday?
That part's simple. It's going to come down to, it's harder to do it, but I can promise you what it's going to be. It's going to play clean football. We got to eliminate the turnovers. We got to create turnovers, and we got to play better on offense and defense in the red zone, and we got to be the hardest playing team because we're going to get challenged from a culture of these guys play hard, and they're a talented group. And what an awesome opportunity to go in and massive underdogs on the road and get to play a team that was in the college football playoff last year and historically a very, very good team. So we're excited about it. It's you look at the schedule and you look at the Boise game and you can tell by the number of people that want to get on the team playing how excited everyone is to go see this place and this blue turf and this historically really powerhouse G5 program.
Yeah. Great opportunity ahead, though. That's
awesome opportunity. Excited for our guys to get to go do them. We need to play clean football, and if you do all those things, you're gonna give yourself a great chance.
All right, go get them.
Appreciate you, brother.
It's Dowell Loggins joining us tonight. All right, stay tuned. We'll start our player guest segments when we return to River Street Ale House after these messages.
Let's go Toyota Lift, family-owned for over 40 years. Vesco's service department has the experience to keep your equipment running safely and efficiently. Let Vesco's team of local and resident technicians go to work for your business. We open at 6 a.m. and offer 24/7 emergency service. Vesco rents forklifts, scissor lifts, boom lifts, scrubbers, trailer spotter, burden carrier, and 4-directional combi lifts. Vesco has you covered. Call us today at 1-800-951-3131 or visit us online at vescoforklifts.com. Give your business a big lift today.
When you think of winning plays, what comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
The fans came out today, David.
That's right, Gabe. Big games mean bigger tailgates.
Check out that Ford F-150 truck, a championship caliber performance.
Oh, flawless execution, Gabe. Smart, powerful, and with available Pro Power on board, F-150 just took this tailgate over the top.
Game on, David. For the latest offers on Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com to see your Carolina Ford dealer today. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing is an App State alumni-owned full-service geotechnical engineering, environmental, construction materials testing, and special inspections consulting firm based in Hickory. Maintaining pace with the latest technology and developments allows us to provide cost-effective services. The high number of returning clients reflect their confidence in our staff and our ability to provide quality results. Visit us at cvet.net to learn more. Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing is a proud partner of App State Athletics.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. We want to hear from you as well. Tweet us using the hashtag Mountaineer Talk. Now, let's head back to your host, Adam Witten.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk coming to you from River Street Ale House as the Mountaineers get set to head to Boise this Saturday. Boise State, the opponent. 7:30 Eastern kickoff, 5:30 Mountain Time. That's in Boise, Idaho. And our coverage on the App State Sports Network begins at 5:30 Eastern. While we know you're enjoying your time here at River Street Ale House, make sure you also check out Town Tavern Blowing Rock for a great dining experience. They're open for lunch, dinner, and later have 19 flat-screen TVs to catch the game. They also boast the largest outdoor dining area in the High Country. So make sure you stop by Town Tavern Blowing Rock on your next trip to the High Country. Our thanks to David Lkins for joining us for the first half of the program. Now our player guest segments begin. Please give it up for defensive tackle Dylan Emanuel. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me here.
Man, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. What's practice like in the rain for a defensive tackle?
It's different, you know. Your hands get wet, so you miss your target a little bit, but it gets you better for the games.
You prefer it? You have fun with that or no?
I do, you know, slipping and sliding a little bit.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. All right, if you could, tell us about your journey here to App State. You came from Charleston Southern, committed during the spring transfer portal window. What was that process like for you, and how did you end up finally arriving at the decision to come here to Boone?
It was pretty good. I started at Charleston Southern. I ended up playing a few games there, and I ended up being a freshman All-American. And I decided I wanted to go to the FBS level. And I knew once I got in the portal, I knew some big offers was going to come. And App State came, and once they offered, I knew it was a pretty good place. And then once I got here on my visit, everybody was at the door welcoming me, so I knew like this is where I wanted to be, and this is a family, and it feels like that now to this day.
I don't know that we've ever asked that question to a player and the word family hasn't come up in the answer. And I mean, you noticed, so that was the thing that stood out most about your visit here?
Yes, sir.
What did you notice about, had you been to Boone, been to the mountains much at all before this?
I actually have. I came up here my sophomore year with Coach Sean Clark when he was the head coach here, and I took a game day visit here, and I think it was against JMU. I love the environment here, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, okay. So tell us what the experience like has been now as a player. I mean, you're going through summer workouts, you're going through fall camp, and tell us about what it's been like being a Mountaineer since you officially arrived on campus as a player.
Man, one thing I do know, it's a grind for real. It's a grind for sure. The tradition, the knob, is what got me a Mountaineer here.
The knob, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty big thing. And then
it's not fun, right?
Nah.
Some people have described it as fun on this show.
It's kind of fun, just grinding it out. And then the fan, man, I love the fans here, man. It's a good culture here. The fan base is pretty good. They're into the game very well. The Lindenwood game, I really loved it. I can't wait to come back home for the Oregon State game.
That is going to be a lot of fun next Saturday. Meanwhile, while you were saying it's kind of fun, David Larkins, who's going to join us later in the show, is saying absolutely not. Zero fun, sir. Yeah, so how do you describe the feeling that you get when you first run out onto the field for that Lindenwood game? And you hear all the stories about it, but now you get to experience it for the first time.
Man, I got chills running through the tunnel, man. Running out the tunnel, it was pretty good. Dapping up all the fans coming out. I really felt welcome and just enjoying the moment.
Yeah. How'd you spend the bye week?
I actually went home and surprised my dad. His birthday is Saturday, so I went home and surprised him this past weekend, and then just gave him a couple gifts. And I worked out Saturday just to keep my feet wet, and then just keep my head down.
Stay fresh.
Yes, sir, stay fresh.
I got to think that it was a good time for a bye week because, I mean, you say, well, why is it a good time? It's only 3 weeks into the season. But you guys haven't really had a break going all the way back to training camp. I mean, you've been going week. So did it come at a good time?
Yeah, it actually did. Get us back healthy, get us ready for the Boise State week, and then the games after for the next 5 weeks. And then I just felt it was pretty good. We had great practices last week, and I really feel good about this game.
You do? Okay. You're looking forward to this one. We just got done talking to Coach Loggins about how this is an opportunity for this team, right?
Yes.
You're going out, matchup with two big brands in college football, and everyone recognizes the logos on a national stage, and so, but you're going in as big underdogs, and you're on the road, and they're going to be packed out, and so, how do you put into words what kind of an opportunity this will be for you guys?
It's a big opportunity, man. I love being an underdog. I really don't try to look at it as much because I believe in my guys, and we control what we can't control. I know what we can do, and we put it on tape already, and we're going to go out there and dominate. I believe in our guys.
I love that mentality. It's going to be a big task because we know Boise. I mean, we talk about the running game, and they have all this veteran leadership on the offensive line, and
yes,
we know that their bread is buttered with that running game on offense. Knowing that that's a big part of what you guys are going to try to do is stop that run. What's the key to doing something like that against a team that runs the ball so well?
Really just coming off the ball, getting vertical, and then trying to slow them down, create knockback on the line of scrimmage, and resetting the line of scrimmage, and getting them running backs to jump, cut, and cut, so our linebackers can come down here and just make the play.
Yeah, not allow them to run in a straight line.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Dylan Emanuel is our guest. If you have questions for him, we got a few that have come in. We'll get to those in our next segment. Also coming up later, we've got David Lkins, tight end and veteran of this App State football team. So we'll come back with more with Dylan Emanuel on the defensive line, transfer from Charleston Southern. That's when we return to River Street Ale House for more of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after this.
Football season, when I becomes we, and we live every day for Saturdays. Well, and a couple of Thursdays. It's when The Rock is the loudest place on planet Earth, and every fan in the high country reaches for delicious Pepsi all season long. Pepsi picks us up so we can tailgate longer and cheer louder. It refreshes so we can always be a winning. a grinning, and a feeling fine. So grab a Pepsi and roll Nears, proud sponsor of App State football.
When you think of winning plays, what comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
Discover awe-inspiring adventures in Boone, North Carolina. Fly fish in crystal clear streams, zipline through the trees, or carve fresh powder on the slopes. Discover cozy lodging options, charming shops, local entertainment, and a variety of culinary creations in a lively downtown. From high-energy adventures to peaceful getaways, Boone has something for everyone all year round. Can you feel the Blue Ridge Mountains beckoning? If so, come explore Boone.
From the training room to the sideline to the goal line, App Ortho has you covered. Performing advanced hip, knee, shoulder, and back surgeries in Boone, App Ortho offers same-day appointments and telehealth visits. App Ortho is also the official sports medicine and orthopedic provider for App State Athletics. Call 828-386-2663 to schedule your appointment or visit apprhs.org.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk here on the App State Sports Network. We're coming to you from River Street Ale House in Boone. We get set for App State and Boise State coming up on Saturday night. We're visiting with Dylan Emanuel, defensive tackle, sophomore transfer from Charleston Southern. All right, question for you from our Facebook live stream from our friend Neil. Neil, we appreciate you being so active in the comment section, asking the questions, man. Really appreciate that. Yeah. He says, what is your favorite thing to do outside of football? Let's start with that.
I love going fishing. I'm a big fishing guy. So
fishing?
I love going fishing, yeah. I used to fish at Charleston. We had a little pond on the campus, so I used to go fish there. But that's really one of the big things I love to do is fishing.
Okay. Are you just like sitting on a dock and just throwing the line in the water, fly fishing, boat fishing? What are we doing here?
I do
or all of the above?
All of the above, really. I go when I'm back home in Georgia. We go boat fishing with my teammate from high school. We get on the boat and just go fishing. And then here, I went to fishing on one of the little rivers and just threw the rod out there.
What's the best or biggest fish that you've ever caught?
I've caught a catfish about probably 10 inches, pretty big. It was pretty big. And I caught one here, a red trout. It was pretty big.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good. All right. And so the other question is, what's your favorite thing to do in Boone? Is it fishing or is it something else?
Probably fishing or going looking at sunrise up on a mountain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad there's some people that are up for the sunrise. That's not me. But you guys see the sunrise as you're, getting ready to go up Howard's Knob or something.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. What do you know about Boise State kind of coming into this, just somebody who's a fan of the sport of college football and knowing Appalachian as a big name in the sport and knowing Boise State as a big name in the sport as well. How do you look at this in terms of just hey, these are two kind of juggernaut programs facing up against each other?
Their head coach is pretty good. He's a good head coach. Their O-line is well coached. They got a guy, Cage Casey. He's pretty good. He's their main leader, and I'm ready to get after him.
Where did you learn the game of football? Who taught you the game of football?
Actually, my big brother. I just followed his path. He went to ETSU. Then he transferred to FIU, and then he got drafted, undrafted, to the Minnesota Vikings. So he really just paved the way for me, and I just followed his footsteps.
Are you a better player than him?
I am. He says I'm not, but I'm better than him.
What was it like playing football? I mean, football is not necessarily a one-on-one sport, but what was it like? Did you guys ever have games where you faced off against each other or played as teammates? How did that work growing up?
Nah, he's actually 5 years older than me, so I never got really the chance to go against him. But I've always wanted to. My dream was actually playing with him in the league, so that was my main dream, my big dream. Okay,
all right. And you said your dad played high school football?
He did, yes, sir. He went to Tucker High School in Atlanta, Georgia, and then he was a big track athlete. He did long jump. So he did. I don't know if you guys know Dwight Phillips.
Dwight Phillips.
He's an Olympic winner, but he did long jump with him.
Okay. All right. I like that. So you got a pretty athletic family.
Yes, sir. I do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But you're the best athlete.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
I like asking this question to people that have, athletic families and siblings and you play sports. But what's the family most competitive about? Sometimes we get answers like card games or video games or things like that.
Yeah, me and my brother used to play video games, 2K against each other, and then the big one now is probably spades.
Spades.
That's a really big one right
spades.
now. Yes, sir.
One of my spades partners is sitting back there in the back. Hey, Carson.
Yeah, spades is a real big one for my family.
If you want to hang out after the show, we can find one more. We'll play some spades back there.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Let's do it.
Carson, will your mom play too? Will she join us? Yeah. Okay. All right. We might have a spades game after this is over. What about music, movies? What are you into when it comes to that?
I love Medea movies. I'm a big music. I like Huncho guy, like old school. I probably say Young Jeezy and stuff like that. But
okay.
I listen to modern stuff now.
Modern stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably stuff that I'm not going to know about. Cause I'm not. Look, '90s music is still my jam. So
yeah.
I don't know any modern music, no matter the genre.
Yes.
Any good pregame rituals, traditions, things that you have to do on a game day or the night before a game?
I have to walk around the field for sure. I have to walk around the field, listen to music. I walk around twice, and I do a little pregame stretch. I do every time. And the night before, I probably just talk to my brother, and he just give me messages. My dad also texts me messages, so I just look forward to that.
Okay. It's interesting being a defensive tackle because it's not necessarily a position that gets a lot of stats. Although you do. You have, you have 1 sack. You have 3 tackles for loss already this season, so we've been able to call your name on some negative plays. But how do you deal with the fact that it's the ultimate, I guess, team position where you're doing things maybe to set up guys behind you to make plays, and you're okay with that?
Yes, sir, I am. I love being able to create plays for my teammates. Taking on double teams so the linebackers can come free. I love that, and then just hyping them up, even for the ends, like going up and pushing the pocket, and they come up under me and then make the sack. I love that. I love that right there.
Ever had a pick or anything, or a defensive touchdown, even go back to like high school?
I did. I had almost a pick six in high school on a screen play. I ran into about the 3-yard line. I tripped up and stumbled. I was mad, man.
I know you were watching Jordan Davis for the Eagles run that that block field goal back and thinking like, that's going to be big.
Yeah, I did. He's a pretty big guy. For him to run 18 miles per hour is pretty crazy.
How fast can you run?
On the GPS, I've touched probably around 18, but I know I can.
Really?
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Yeah, I can get up to 19 for sure. Though. I know I can.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Let's figure out a way to get the ball in your hands. Let's get a strip sack. Ball bounces right into your lap, and you just coast to the end zone. How about that?
That'd be a great moment.
We get that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate you joining us
yes,
here.
Sir. Thank you for having me.
Good luck Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Dylan Emanuel joining us on the program. Stay tuned. We will have David Lkins joining us as our show continues after these messages.
Service John Deere dealer dedicated to a full line of residential, commercial, agriculture, construction, and forestry products in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. With local locations in Wilkesboro, Newton, Statesville, and throughout the Carolinas and Virginia, James River Equipment is right around the corner and there for you. For more information, visit jamesriverequipment.com today.
Insurance shouldn't be confusing. At Granite Insurance, we take the time to understand your goals and then design a plan that empowers you to move forward with confidence. As an independent agency partnered with Auto Owners Insurance, we bring trusted coverage and personal service together so you can focus on what matters most. Discover why Granite is different. Visit graniteinsurance.com to get started today. That's graniteinsurance.com.
Let's get nutty with Hampton Farms. There's nothing like the roar of the crowd, the thrill of the play, and the satisfying crack of fresh in-shell peanuts. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, Hampton Farms Peanuts keeps your energy high and your taste buds happy. Join the celebration of college football with every delicious crunch. Perfect for sharing with friends, tailgating outside the stadium, or cheering on the Mountaineers from your couch. Mountaineer football is here, so grab a bag in the stadium or at your local grocery store in the produce department and savor the game one peanut at a time.
Mountaineer fans love driving Subarus from Modern Subaru of Boone. And when you buy with Go Modern, you can choose your vehicle, value your trade, pick your payments, apply for credit, even complete your entire purchase online. Or just do the parts you want and pick up where you left off at the dealership. Go Modern puts you in control so you can buy where you want, when you want, and how you want. Get started at modernsubaruofboone.com. Proud supporter of App State Athletics.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now, back to River Street Ale House and the voice of the Mountaineers, Adam Witten.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. It is Boise State week for the App State football team, taking on the Bronco Saturday night as we welcome you back to River Street Ale House for more of our show. Our thanks to Dylan Emanuel, our first player guest tonight, and now we're going to transition over to the offensive side of the football. We've got a veteran of this year's program, tight end David Lkins. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How you doing?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Kind of weird, I guess, thinking of yourself as a veteran. It goes by quick, doesn't it?
You blink and it's gone. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So this is what 2021 was your first year, and now all of a sudden you're here, and you're 5 years, 5 seasons later, you're here, and I mean, what do you think about the fact that, like, man, this just started, I got to make the most of it? How do you treat this season as somebody that's been here as long as you have, and knowing how quickly it goes by?
I think it comes down to just having perspective, being mindful where you're at. I think a lot of times you get caught up in looking what's next, and this being my last season, I've tried to really focus on, just enjoying every day, being around the guys, and just trying to make the most of it.
Yeah. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, as somebody that's been with the program as long as you had, just, what Coach Clark meant to you. We're all really aching for his family, and we know how much he meant to this community, and you spent a lot of time with him as a player. So what do you think of when you think of just things that stand out about your relationship with him?
I mean, he's just always there for me. I mean, I've had some tough times over the years with injuries and stuff like that, but I mean, just the person he is what sticks with me the most. Through thick and thin, whether good or bad, he was always the same human being. He'd always go out of his way to talk to me, and I'll never forget the human being he was and how nice he was to us and me and all that.
Well, appreciate you saying that. Very well said. And I know it's been a tough week, but how have you guys been in terms of just staying focused and knowing that, hey, Coach Clark was always somebody that said, got to keep our eyes on what's ahead and not try to and he'd want probably to have you guys focus on the next game at hand if he was sitting there talking to you. But, what's it been like at practice in terms of getting ready for this one?
That's kind of exactly what we're saying. Like, what would he say in this moment? Well, he'd want us to go to work, buckle up and go to work. And that's pretty much what this is. We had a good bye week, good work during the bye week, but it's the next opponent, and we got to get to work, and we got to get better.
How'd you spend the bye week?
I went to Charlotte with my girlfriend. We just hung out there for the weekend.
Okay.
And we just went to eat and hung out. Nothing crazy.
Nothing back to Cincinnati or anything?
Nah,
get some chili or anything?
Too far. Yeah, way too far.
Too far. And I understand your dad's already out in Boise.
Oh, he's enjoying himself, as always. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So tell us about what this opportunity means for you as this team gets ready to take on Boise State. We've talked already throughout the program about the significance of a matchup like this as a non-conference game. What does it mean to someone like you?
I think it's an opportunity just to show who we are as a team. I feel like we haven't played a full game yet to our potential. I think the big thing is just to play complementary football and play a full game and play to the best of our strengths.
Yeah. So as you say, like, hey, we haven't played that complete game yet. And I know that clean football, getting rid of the turnovers, things like that. What else is out there that you guys are trying to clean up as you try to build toward peaking at the right time this season?
I mean, I'll just take it. For me, I mean, I just think we can get – I want to get better in the trenches, get better at running the ball up front. I think there's always room for improvement in every aspect. But I think for me, like just how I did last week, and I just really want to improve blocking up front.
Yeah. So, I mean, we know you can catch the ball. Blocking up front, I mean, it's going to require a good effort in the trenches against this team. What do you see from this Boise State team in terms of what they do on the defensive side along the line of scrimmage?
Man, they got some great defensive ends. They got a really athletic boundary end, and they play hard. I mean, effort is their big thing, especially with their linebackers and up front. I mean, they're going to fly around, so it's just having that mentality every single play to impose your will on them.
What do you think of when you go into what will be a hostile environment? You go on the road, you know that everybody's pulling against you. We'll have a lot of fans there. We know we will. But at the same time, you know, you're going in there and you're playing in front of a bunch of guys and gals that don't want you to win. They want you to play poorly. How do you react to something? Do you thrive in that situation? What is it like for you as a player?
I think it's fun. I mean, I welcome the talking, I guess, in a way, but like it helps just keep. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to try to focus on what the fans are doing. You got to focus on the game. But it's always fun to play in an environment like that. There's big stages with all of the fans there.
Yeah. Are you a talker? Are you a trash talker out there? No?
Someone would have to talk to me first before I say anything back, but usually I'm pretty quiet out there.
Has anybody ever tried to get in your head and successfully done so?
No, I'm usually pretty out of breath, so I can't really hear what's going on. Yeah.
You just block it out.
Yeah, just going to the next play, yeah.
Oh, I love that. David Larkins is our guest. All right, so a couple questions that came in earlier for Dylan Emanuel. I'll ask you the same thing. We've had a chance to get to know you quite a bit over this show, over these years, but tell us some of the things that you really love about this place and being in Boone for as long as you have, the things that you're going to remember most of all about this place when you do inevitably have to leave.
I think a big thing is the people here. They're just great people, always nice, always welcoming here regardless where you're at. The big thing, you know, I love the mountains, love the area, the small town feel in a way, but stuff like that.
You an outdoors guy at all?
Not as much. I mean, I walk my dog out the greenway and stuff like that, but that's probably about it.
No fishing or anything?
No, I'm not as good. No.
Skiing, anything like that?
No. After football, I'll get back into it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I know you battled injuries over your career, but you told us during the media day show in the preseason you feel about as good as you've ever felt physically since you've been here. Is that still the case?
Yeah, in a way. I mean, you're going to have the wear and tear of the season and stuff, but, I mean, the way my body feels, it's the best it's ever been, but it's just about, you know, just staying on top of rehab and stuff like that.
Did the bye week come at the right time?
Absolutely, yeah. That was much needed, yeah, for sure.
All right, you were pretty emphatically shaking your head when Dylan said that there's some fun involved in running the knob. I mean, you think, is that like the worst thing that you do here?
I've done it probably like 10 times at this point. I think that's the number, something like that. So I'm pretty past
You're
doing
pretty
it.
over it?
Pretty over it at this point, yeah.
Is there any part of off-season conditioning that you do enjoy?
No.
None of it.
That's just part of it, yeah. No, you got to do the work, yeah.
Not even the weights or anything?
Sure, yeah. I like doing, yeah. I just know it's a part of the process and stuff, so I'm going to do it, but.
What part of practice or training do you enjoy, that do you look forward to? If you say, okay, today is Tuesday or today is Wednesday, we get to do this at practice, and you're like, okay, I'm looking forward to this.
I mean, I just like it's a blessing to be here every day, and I love going out there and practicing and stuff. I love practicing, so the weights aren't as fun to me, but, I mean, I love just being able the opportunity to go out there and hang out with the boys and play football.
Yeah. All right. David Larkins is our guest. We got a few more minutes left with him. So if you have any questions for him, go ahead and fire away. This segment brought to you by Alumni Hall, the official online store of App State Athletics. Shop the best selection of App State apparel, hats, gear by visiting Alumni Hall on King Street or alumnihall.com. Earn $10 in Hall cash rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, the ultimate Mountaineer shopping destination. One more segment with David Lkins when we return to River Street Ale House for more of Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, right after this.
State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
On game day, there's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Mountaineer football is back, which means it's time to fire up those grills and tailgate. The grilling experts at Appalachian Energy and G&B Energy would like to remind you of a few helpful tips when heading out to your cookout this season. Remember that it's okay to bring your own sauces. Always expect the grill master to provide the meat, but bring your own sides and beverages. And last but not least, do not touch the grill. For more grilling tips and to learn more about Appalachian Energy and G&B Energy Tailgater of the Year content, visit us at gbenergy.com.
For over 54 years, Greystone Eye's mission has been to preserve the gift of sight and improve lives one patient at a time. Their highly trained team of 15 board-certified ophthalmologists and optometrists include 8 fellowship-trained subspecialists. They provide the Lincolnton, Hickory, Lenoir, and Boone communities with the highest quality eye care possible. So no matter where or how you're viewing the game, Greystone Eye has you covered. Schedule your visit at 828-322-2050 or at greystone.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. We are visiting with David Larkins, tight end for the App State football team, as we get set to head to Boise coming up on Saturday night. Mountaineers and Broncos coming up at 7:30 Eastern time on Saturday. All right, so we talk a lot of Cincinnati stuff during the break, but can you explain what high school football is like where you grew up? You went to Elder, big program, big high school. Really prestigious high school football program in Cincinnati. What is high school football like where you grew up?
I mean, it's everything there. I mean, there are professional teams and college teams there, but, like, if you're going to go back and ask somebody, you know, a lot of people, you go back home, well, where'd you go to college? But you go back there, or where'd you go to high school? Because it's huge, and there's deep rivalries there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the one thing that you miss about home that you can't get here? Is it certain food, or is it something else? Or
I mean, my mom's cooking's always amazing. I miss having that. But, yeah, sometimes that Skyline chili at Cincinnati chili, I always miss that for sure.
It's a unique thing. It really is.
It's an acquired taste for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, here's a question. What's the easiest thing about playing football, and what's the thing that you find the most difficult? I don't know if there is anything easy about football, but
I mean, I know that's probably a tough question. I mean, I think the easiest thing, I feel like it's when you have the right mindset about it, it's just the opportunity. I'm like, 2% of all high school players end up playing college football, something like that. So, I mean, just be able to be here is the blessing itself. I mean, the hardest part, like running the knob and those summer workouts are pretty brutal for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you enjoy going? I mean, it's I don't know if this is a good question for a tight end or not, because sometimes you're blocking, sometimes you're getting covered in the passing game. Who do you enjoy going up against if you're going, 1v1s in practice against your fellow defenders?
I think Big Sean Collins is always great work for me. It's always, it's always a challenge blocking him. All them boys are really good, but it's always fun going against him.
Sean Collins is such a nice guy when you talk to him. Does he have a different side of him on the field?
Absolutely. He'll turn that on the field for
Okay,
sure.
I was going to wonder. I mean, if he was sitting here, I'd ask him as well, but, like, if he's a trash talker actually on the field or not.
Not as bad, but he'll definitely he'll let you know about it for sure.
All right. Before we let you go, maybe articulate one more time how you treat the opportunity that you guys have in front of you this weekend. I mean, you try not to make one game bigger than it needs to be. It is another game, and you prepare for the same way, but how do you look at this as an opportunity for this team?
I mean, it's a huge way for us to get better and to see where we're at as a team. And you know how Boise State's, they're always good and this and that, but it's just to see where we are and where we need to improve and how we can get better.
All right, man. We can't wait to see you guys play on Saturday.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate you joining us. David Lkins joining us.
Thank you, guys.
App State tight end. And that's going to do it for our show tonight. Our thanks to David. Our thanks to Dylan Emanuel. Our thanks to Dowell Loggains for being a part of tonight's program. We're with you every Wednesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. here at River Street Ale House. 7:30, the kickoff, App State and Boise State. That's Eastern time. Our coverage begins at 5:30 on the App State Sports Network. We'll see many of you out there in Boise, and of course we'll see you right back here next Wednesday night for Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Have a great night, everyone.
On the App State Sports Network. Tonight's show has been brought to you by Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate. Hey, Mountaineers, Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate today for all your real estate needs. Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, the official soft drink of your App State Mountaineers. And by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward. The proceeding is a presentation of the App State Sports Network.